What is happening, guys? How are you doing? This is Rob of Rule of Two Review. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about everyone's favorite backup video topic, Nintendo Directs. So, as we all know, it has been a long time since we've seen an actual full, complete Nintendo Direct from Nintendo. Obviously, we're not counting the Animal Crossing Direct or the two Directs in January about Smash Brothers and about Pokemon. We know that what we really want is a true Nintendo Direct. Nintendo has been silent for so freaking long, it's crazy. And of course, the world is in a different place. I mean, how many times do I have to keep bringing this up on videos over the past 2 weeks? Because this is just where we are. The whole planet and all of humanity is going through the same issue right now. And, as I even discussed on my last video, it is very much making an impact on the gaming industry. It's making an impact on every industry, all of the world's economy, here in the States, our economy. I mean, it's just crazy, right? Like, we all know what's going on. And so, as we sit here in this unprecedented silence from Nintendo about what they're doing in 2020 for so long, in a world where we know that this thing is happening, it seems like Nintendo, along with other companies, have had to wait to kind of figure out what they need to do and kind of work their schedule and their messaging around this big health crisis that we're all seeing. However, now that we're on the other side of an Animal Crossing Nintendo Direct and we're finally on the other side of Animal Crossing the game releasing, it could be a whole new world as far as what to expect from Nintendo on the Nintendo Direct front. Now, last week, there started to be rumors and discussions, as there always is, let's be honest, about a Nintendo Direct happening this coming Thursday, which is March 26th, literal days from now, the day that this video is coming up. That is, of course, this Thursday. It is the first Thursday after the release of Animal Crossing. A lot of people have been speculating, myself included on my own video, that maybe Nintendo decided to postpone everything they were doing in early 2020 because of the health situation, and decided to wait until their first and only big 2020 game, Animal Crossing, released into the world, and then wanted to address everybody in a Nintendo Direct after that and finally start to lay out some of what they think they can do in 2020. And now at this point, every rumor and every leak and every discussion about a Nintendo Direct or a potential date just kind of feels the same as the next one. It's like, we just already live in a world where there's always a rumor about the next Nintendo Direct. And like, sometimes they're accurate, a lot of times they're not. Sometimes they're only accurate because it's easy to guess when they may happen, not because anyone knows the inside information. And as far as I've been able to see, with this whole prediction about this Thursday, the 26th, being the first Direct of the year, it kind of feels more like it's people doing what I did, which is just guess at that. I kind of predicted the first or second week after Animal Crossing we would see a Direct, but it is only a guess. I'm not trying to leak anything that I've heard behind the scenes, because as far as I know, there really is no behind the scenes chatter on when this next Direct might happen. And so, sure, this Thursday, the first Thursday after Animal Crossing, definitely makes sense. So I tend to believe that there is a good chance that this week might be the week we finally see another Nintendo Direct. And so I would say, if you want to maybe get yourself hyped or into the idea, I think it's about half safe to do so. But as always, if you put too much faith in this Thursday being a Direct, you're going to be so disappointed when it doesn't happen that you might veer into the side of being angry. And I still just don't think it's fair for a lot of people to be angry at Nintendo right now, because what's happening is unprecedented, okay? We've never seen a silence this long from them, and we know that this worldwide situation is more than likely affecting what they're doing. It's not confirmed that it's the reason they've been silent for so long, but it certainly makes sense, and it certainly seems to line up. So if you're upset about the lack of Nintendo Direct, I get it. I think a lot of us feel the same thing, but it's not really fair to direct that at Nintendo. However, there is another curious piece of information floating around out there that kind of further leads to this concept of a Nintendo Direct on Thursday, March 26th, days away from today. It's very interesting, and what that is this is something I actually learned through Go Nintendo's tweet on Twitter, where they mentioned that on Sony's website, they have a release date for Star Wars Jedi Academy to come out on the PlayStation 4 this Thursday on March 26th. And Jedi Academy is a game that was confirmed late last year to be coming to the Switch as well. And we didn't know when that game was coming. You know, we already got Jedi Outcast, but what about Jedi Academy? We've been waiting to see when it's going to release on any console, let alone the Switch. Here comes this piece of information that apparently the game is coming out this Thursday. Well, if it's also coming out on the Switch this Thursday, it could stand to reason that what's supposed to happen is Nintendo is going to give us a Direct on Thursday, and that they would probably announce Jedi Academy in that Direct and state that it's available to download as soon as this Direct is done. The infamous Shadow Drop, man, that's a thing that happens a lot. It's a thing that Nintendo has been doing more and more over the course of the past maybe year or two. I think that when, in fact, I know that when Fortnite was announced at E3, that was shadow dropped after the show. Same thing with Hollow Knight, when that was announced in a Direct, maybe at E3, maybe later. I can't remember which Direct it was. But when Hollow Knight was announced, it was also something that you could download as soon as that Direct was over. And so Jedi Academy feels like the kind of game we would see in a Nintendo Direct. Nintendo would confirm, you know, this great classic Star Wars game coming to the Nintendo Switch on the eShop, and it's available as soon as this Direct is over. Like, it just makes so much sense. And it also makes sense that if Jedi Academy was coming to the PlayStation 4 this Thursday, the 26th, that it would probably come to the Switch this Thursday, the 26th. And so it all definitely kind of seems to add up and makes it seem like there could be a Direct this Thursday. However, if we kind of play the other angle here, we can't get too crazy with this idea because, you guys, there's always a chance that the game does shadow drop on Thursday on the Nintendo Switch as well, but that it doesn't come from a Nintendo Direct. Maybe it's just something that happens. Maybe it just shows up and Nintendo tweets about it or puts a YouTube video out and basically says, here's Jedi Academy, it's available today. They don't have to do this shadow drop in a Nintendo Direct. Is it likely that they would? Yeah, I kind of do think it's likely that they would. But is it a guarantee? Definitely not. So if you're looking at this rumor and this Jedi Academy thing as confirmation about a Nintendo Direct this Thursday, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. All I can really tell you is that I tend to think that there is more than a good chance there is going to be a Direct this Thursday, and that this Jedi Academy thing is potentially pointing to that. So maybe I'm like 60-40 on the idea of a Nintendo Direct happening this Thursday. And hey, that's very exciting. I think that we all want it and we all feel ready. That's for darn sure. And so, yeah, that's what's going on. That's kind of my quick thoughts here about a Nintendo Direct. Is it happening this week? Is this week finally the time, you guys, where we see this first Nintendo Direct? Or are we made to suffer and to wait even longer? And I'm being kind of funny there. I don't really feel like we're suffering. I don't need this Direct yet. Whatever Nintendo needs to do in lieu of what's happening, it's fine. I certainly want one. I think most of us do, especially now that more and more of us are kind of stuck at home for longer periods of time without anything else to do. And, you know, we're not able to go anywhere. We're not able to work. I mean, I can work from home. Some people can do that. Some people may have an essential job and they're able to go out, like work at a grocery store or healthcare provider. All these things that are really important. But for myself, it's like, hey, if Nintendo needs to just wait and wait and wait, that's fine. There are other games to play. I have a backlog of games. I have some future games to come out. Doom Eternal just released. I mean, things I discussed in my last video. So, I don't know. I guess this week we'll wait and see. I would think Monday or Tuesday is going to be the date that Nintendo would confirm, yes, a Nintendo Direct is happening this Thursday. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and we just have to wait. So, with that, this video is a wrap. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in, guys. This is Rob of Rule of Two Review, and I will catch you next time on another video.